Drive. You've been joining us during the course of the day. I hope you enjoyed the waterhole. Those giraffe just before we started, they're still down at Gowrie. We might go back there in a bit. And as always, looking forward to a beautiful afternoon. It's still very overcast. If you manage to join us for the morning drive as well, very similar weather to this morning, still nice and cool, but sort of a moistness, softness to the air. It's beautiful out here. Looking forward to yet another game drive here at Juma. All live, all unexpected and unplanned, and I'm hoping this afternoon there'll be lots of surprises. Every day there are some, and let's hope you enjoy the afternoon's ones. For myself, Pieter, from Rob and Camera and Haley back at the Live Control Center. Also, Rexon might be in there. He's joining us from tomorrow. And everyone at Wild Earth, very nice to have you here. And we look forward to showing a few, hopefully some wild and crazy things from the bush here. Let's go look around a bit. Trees we often drive past them on the right hand side. First have a look at the big one, the obvious one on the termite mound. It's almost like it's been sketched or drawn there perfectly on the tip of the termite mound. It's been growing there for quite a long time. It's called a weeping boerbean. I don't tell you too much about this tree, but basically the weeping part of the name comes from insects, little spittle bugs that in summertime eat the leaves. And you literally get drops of moisture falling down from the tree, so that's where the weeping part comes from. It'll also probably grab your attention if you look down the tree towards the sort of the main trunk or the base of the trunk, and quite a way up as well. Elephants have torn away quite a bit of the bark. We spoke about it this morning with the knobthorn, something that happens quite often, but luckily enough bark left for this tree to still be doing its thing. At the same time, talking about elephants and trees, if you look to the tree just to the right of us, one of the combretums. At first it might look like quite a few trees together, but if you look carefully you'll see the main trunk all the way along the ground was actually a big tree, and I would guess maybe 20 years ago or 15 years ago, difficult to say exactly, it got pushed over by an elephant, but enough of the root system remained that the tree kept on growing. Essentially all the branches that would have been facing upwards, obviously getting the most sunlight, continued on growing to where it now looks like sort of a multi-stem tree rather than branches. It's quite interesting if you think of that and magnify this by maybe 1 billion times. The redwood forest in North America, to my knowledge, known as the largest living organism in the world. When people really started doing research on those forests, they found that essentially all those trees were linked. Their root systems were interwoven and intertwined to the stage where you could essentially call it one big organism with lots of little stems sticking up. It's just a very simplistic, small way of maybe imagining that better. It always blows my mind to think of it, that you can have a whole forest essentially being one exact organism, or a whole forest of big trees, and they're literally all one organism with everything going on around it. There's a lot of these things that are really just mind-blowing. I like reading about these things, maybe not as much as some, but more than others, and it's amazing to think that even little things that we just take for granted are really like incredibly amazing things that nature creates around us. So let's go look around, see what else is out here. Ah. I think that because things are big, they're easy to spot. Try and get closer to him, right down in the dip there. Big jumbo. Let's go around to him a bit. Almost lower than us at the moment. He's right in the donga. Let's see if we can get in there as well, otherwise we'll come back to